Joining me now from California by Skype is James Lin, son of Reverend Lim, who was released from a North Korean labor camp less than 1 month ago. James, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you.
You know, we followed your entire family on this journey. Your dad missing, no idea where he was. Months later, confirmation he was detained within North Korea, then being charged, then sentenced to a lifetime of hard labor. Tell me about some of the emotions that your family was going through as all this unfolded.
I would say that in the beginning, we really didn't have any directional understanding of what was to come out of this whole thing. We were first informed that he was being held in North Korea due to some other reasons, and they were not very clear until a few months after his detainment, when it was very clear that he was being held against crimes against the country. And so when we first heard that, it was really difficult for us to process. As a son, it was difficult for me to understand why a country that he was able to serve in for so many years had decided to detain him. It was very confusing and it was challenging, to say the least. We thought the ordeal wouldn't take that long, certainly not 2.5 years. And from there on, it was just an incredible journey.
Well, I know at different times, prayer and your deep faith that your dad raised you and sustained you and your mom. Tell me about how faith played into how you guys got through it all.
That part was fundamental, or it was an absolute core essential of the entire journey. In that, I was playing through and kind of hindsighting this whole ordeal, and I'm still in the process of it. And when looking back, had we not had faith in knowing that there would be a great outcome through all of this, that God would receive the glory, and through all this, what would come about, had we not had that sense of hope, regardless of the outcome, I think our position, our approach, the way that we went about everything would have been completely different. I think having the sense of hope in God in itself it was really the answer for us in many ways. I don't know if that makes sense, but it ultimately allowed us to feel at peace, knowing that even starting from day one, although something was humanly wrong in terms of a context of his detainment, we knew that there was a certain protection over him from ground zero all the way up until his release.
I know it's early days, and I think the story still really is just beginning to be written. But, you talked about the hope that we have as people of faith that God's going to work good out of it. What good do you see, even in these early days coming out of it? Do you see what God's doing?
Absolutely. The way that this whole story has been unfolded over the last 2 3 weeks now has been incredible. The journey that we've been able to go through and seeing how the church and the faith has been the central context of this entirety has been just awesome to witness. And to be able to have the opportunity to share about the church, to share about my father's ministry in North Korea, to share about God's glory and the hope that we have in him, and to be able to share that to mainstream media has been it's a true privilege to be able to do that.
We'll keep praying for you guys. Thanks so much for sharing a little bit of your journey. We're still celebrating here with you that he is free, and the day that we prayed for would come is here. So yeah, congratulations, and thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Cheryl. Really appreciate it.
Bye-bye.